It's me, Mark. I'm back with another away mission. This time it's a little bit of a double feature. And hopefully the weird environmental noises aren't going to be too crazy today. And hopefully the camera doesn't fall over. It's a little bit windy. We're going to be talking about Star Trek Scouts and Star Trek Day. Why am I talking about two Star Trek things in one video? Is this a Star Trek channel or something? Laugh track now. This is where you would edit in a laugh track. Star Trek Scouts is a new preschool Star Trek show. We're trying to get them early. And that's going to segue into the next segment, I promise. It's for really, really little kids. And I know somebody commented, I'm not going to name names for privacy reasons. I don't know if they want to be named, but somebody commented that after I uploaded a video, Baby Trek arrives or something, that I'm not the intended audience, right? And neither are they. I know that. That's fine. I know that. You don't have to be the intended audience to watch something, and I didn't hate it. I didn't hate Star Trek Scouts. I watched both episodes multiple times accidentally. I just kind of let them loop and I just watched them, and I thought it was pretty fun. I don't know. They're kind of the same. Both episodes are kind of the same. They're like 3 to 4 minutes long. Same plot, kind of. But I smiled. Just smiling. That's got to be worth something. And I did. And so I understand if you want to just dip out. Right? I'm not going to be reviewing any more of them. That was kind of like a joke video. It wasn't supposed to be taken super seriously. And I know there's going to be people, a lot of people probably on YouTube, that will try and make a mountain out of this molehill and try to make the show like somehow grandiose in its awfulness. It's not awful, but they'll try to make it that way for content because YouTube has bred this human animal to create yelling content every day. You cannot tell somebody to have some kind of creative or worthwhile piece of news to share every day. It doesn't make sense. You can't do it without making crap up, right? Or snowballing something out of control intentionally. You just can't do it, right? It's not normal. The reality is that it's just a show. It's just for kids. It's fine. And I did watch it, and I'm not going to be doing another video on it, and this is going to be basically where it ends. But Star Trek Scouts came out on Star Trek Day, and that's how we're segueing into the next segment. Surprise, surprise. Star Trek Day was September 8th, which ended up being the day before my away mission was going to be done because I switched it from Mondays to Tuesdays, and then it was so weird that I ended up with an away mission that was on the day after Star Trek Day. Of course, the first day that Star Trek aired, September 8th, unless you watch it on, I think, CTV. I think they got it September 6th. I think they got it 2 days earlier in 1966. And they're kind of, I think maybe they're jumping the gun officially, Star Trek. They're trying to like say that this is the 60th year, but it depends on how you look at it. Like 60, in my mind, the 60th anniversary is on the day. It is on, we're going to say on September 8th next year. Right, and then I think the festivities should officially begin and should last for like a week or something. That's just how it works in my mind. But whatever, they can do whatever they want. So we've seen the Star Trek 60 logo for 60th anniversary, and I remember the 30th one. I remember that being everywhere. But I can't help but wonder if this Star Trek Day or the next Star Trek Day, I don't know. Let's just pretend, right, that this was like the big 60, this was the big important Star Trek Day, and I hope they really take it seriously next year, because Star Trek Day has been getting kind of less and less interesting. My favorite Star Trek Day was the one from like 3 or 4 years ago, where they copyright strike their own stream. That was the best. That was the best one. Copyright strike themselves. How about that? Anyway, we got Star Trek Con, the first episode anyway. No doubt they had that ready for Star Trek Day, ready to go. That's fine. Star Trek Scouts, that came out on Star Trek Day. A weird mismatch. Preschool and a podcast thing about Khan. There's your Star Trek Day content. But I was thinking that wouldn't it be cool and a great way to bring people in? Like maybe this would be better than Star Trek Preschool to get new people watching Star Trek. I don't know. You want to get people involved. You want to get people in the chat. People like to feel like they're a part of something now. They don't want to just go in, and just engage with ephemeral, wind-borne content that comes and goes and blah, blah. They want to feel like they're there for something, right? They want to feel like they're part of a community, right? And I think what would be cool, they should have done this Star Trek Day, but if not this Star Trek Day, the next Star Trek Day, definitely. Why not air Star Trek the original series as a constantly streaming program that streams from the first episode to the last episode, then loops over again on YouTube with the chat on for free for everybody? Why not do that? I think people might think that's cool. I mean, you only got 3 seasons of TOS. Are you giving away your crown jewels, really? The original series? Come on. Make it free on YouTube. That's what I was thinking. TOS should be streaming constantly. And you can engage with it, and you can get in the chat, and you can see when it fluctuates in viewership. I think it would just be neat. I think that could be a way of getting people involved. You want people involved, or you wouldn't have made preschool Star Trek, right? To try to get people started, or you wouldn't have done that. And you want to celebrate the original series. You want to celebrate the launch of Star Trek. Do that. I think that's how it should work. And it hasn't not been done before. It's been done before. And there are shows that are just constantly streaming on an official capacity that are just in the constant streaming mode. And I think that would be really cool. So Star Trek Day has been kind of dwindling down to nothing. But hopefully we're saving the big hurrah for the big 60 if we can make it. If we can make it to 60, I wish we didn't have Star Trek Academy. That was it. Would have been kind of cool if we had a show that was, not in the Discovery future. It's just a personal feeling. I don't know. It just looks weird. But everybody excited about Star Trek Academy. Go crazy. I will be watching it as per normal. My con reviews will not be as per normal. I'm trying to launch a second or a new type of review content that's hopefully it's going to feel a little bit more personal and a little bit shorter. That's what I'm going to try to do. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, Star Trek Scouts, 2 episodes out. One about a bar of soap and one about a meatball. If you, for some reason, say it's not for me, so I'm not watching it, then don't watch it. But if you want to watch it, you can. It's got it has that little Star Trek logo, so it's Star Trek. There you go. What else do you need? Star Trek Day came and went, and here's hoping for a big one next year. The 60-year one. That better be big. And then lastly, the con reviews will start up after we finish the final episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And just as a final note, that final episode of Strange New Worlds, I was looking at some preview images. Usually I don't look at these previews, and I decided to sneak peek. It looks like we're going back to that weird planet in Through the Lens of Time. I didn't love that episode. It looks like we're going to be doing a lot of stuff with Patel, who I just got overexposed to her. I got overexposed to Pike's live-in girlfriend. I just got kind of tired of it. And I mean, it doesn't look great, but we'll see. We'll see, Don't judge a book by its cover. although there's been some ugly covers, with New Trek, I will say. Just in terms of, the overall design language of things, not about the production quality. Obviously, these shows look like $1 million, and then some. But that about wraps it up for the away mission. So are you going to be listening to Star Trek Con? What do you think's happening with the final episode of Strange New World Season 3? What did you think of Season 3 of Strange New Worlds? And here's to Star Trek Scouts. Let's rock it. What? Rock it something like a comet. Whatever that kid says. I can't remember right off the bat. But anyway, so long. See you next time. I'm Lieutenant Mark.